that what you want? Any more? Right here. Okay. Anything else? What's up, kitty? Is that all? Yep, you keep crossing over this area. Okay. There's our pick. Thank you. Thank you. Hey Collective, welcome to your 5th episode of Intuitive Kitty Korner. So these are the cards that she picked for us for our reading today, and I want to thank you all so much for joining me. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. So we decided to use the Angels and Ancestors deck as well as her Kitty Tarot. So I went ahead and laid down the Angels and Ancestors deck cards first, and then we will put down what the tarot cards go along with this. I'll also pull some additional ones after the fact. So I wanted to go through these because, well, Kitty pulled them and it's important. But I also want to read from the book on these this time, and that is because there's more than meets the eye to whatever is being pulled here. So I could go through these, I could do my intuitive reading on what I think's going on here, and I could say, yep, this is what it is. However, there's always something else in the book as well that needs to be touched upon. So I'm also speaking that into your lives as well, because there may be something that's happening around you that you are being asked to look deeper into. So I don't know what that is for all of you. You're all going to be experiencing some slightly different situation with that. But there is definitely something that is calling for you to look deeper. And again, maybe it's within yourself. If it is something that you're like, okay, well, I have no idea what that could be. That's fine. Let's see if we can clarify by the end of this reading what that could be for each of you, because it is a collective reading. There are no guarantees, obviously, that we're going to get exactly what your deepest desires are and what needs to come out at this time, but we're going to certainly try. So let's start with the first card, which is the Stargazer card. So the message here is set your sights higher. So this is about going beyond your limitations and believing that the impossible is possible. And just so you know as well, Kitty does always join us up here. So I have a loft that's upstairs, and sometimes she starts downstairs, but during our reading, she always does grace us with her presence at some point. Right now, she's sort of this direction, behind the camera over here. So you may see her crossing our path, or hear her. Occasionally, or hear her zooming up and down the stairs, or across the floor, you know, whatever it is. But just know that she's always around, she's always here. Alright, so you are on the verge of a miracle. All of your dreams and aspirations are within your grasp and are being guided to focus on your vision. The angels who are with you are encouraging you. There is nothing that you can... Yeah, there she goes. There's nothing that you cannot have or achieve. There's an opportunity at this time to heal an old wound or pattern of lack and not feeling good enough. In the past, you've often found it impossible to recognize your worth and to believe that you are deserving of blessings. I don't know why that's bearing repeating right there, but I am going to repeat it. In the past, you've often found it impossible to recognize your worth and to believe that you are deserving of blessings. And I keep having to pause the video to clear my throat. So I'm also getting the message with that maybe your voice has been stifled in some way. Maybe you've been silenced. Maybe you've been afraid to speak up about what it is that you desire, or to speak up about what you being deserving of your blessings. So we have angel and ancestor wisdom is reminding you that you are an incredible and infinite spark of the universe. And the universe is not only within you, it absolutely adores you. You are talented, filled with strength, and have the abilities that you need to turn your wildest dreams into reality. All right, collective, you heard that. Whether you believe it at this point or not is totally okay, because you are learning to believe that. That's very much what I'm getting with this message. This is part of kind of where your juncture of your journey is taking you, is to just trust in your abilities, to trust your intuition, trust that the universe does have your back. And again, with the throat chakra, I mean, I picked these blue fairy lights to put all around here. They may almost look purple on camera, which I kind of wanted that to be because I don't have any purple lights, but they're blue. And so I am getting throat chakra. So it's like your throat chakra at this time is lit up, right? And you may feel some discomfort around the throat chakra, such as clearing your throat, feeling a lump in your throat. This is just your indication to let you know that it's time to speak up about something. Maybe it's time to tell somebody who has been taking advantage of you that you're not going to tolerate it anymore. Like, hey, I know my worth. I deserve blessings. And then it's time to speak that, right? Set the boundaries in place and to say, this is what I deserve. You know, with the Stargazer card, there it is with the throat chakra again. This is saying set your sights higher. So this is like, okay, what you thought you deserved your entire life, Spirit's like, no, my dear. You deserve so much more than that. There have been people around you that have led you to believe that maybe you don't deserve everything and more. But you absolutely do, and it's time for you to believe that within yourself. That was your channeled message from the universe today. There you go. So, trust in your abilities, trust in your talents, your skills, your beauty, your love, your light. All of it. It's yours, and no one can ever take that from you. And I also heard that I needed to say, no one can ever take that from you again. As in, maybe you have been giving your power away in some aspect, but this is you. There you go. She just raced up the stairs. There she is. And now it's time for you to step into your power. Call all your power back to you. What's up, kitty? Yeah, she agrees. Call your power back to you. It's yours. Nobody can take it from you. So, beautiful way to start our message today. Let's get on to the next card, which is the arrow, and it says surround yourself with protective energy. Now, I agree with this as well. So there may be some people in your life, and I'm specifically picking up on these are people that have gotten very used to your beautiful light, your beautiful energy, your talents, your gifts, your overgiving. And once you try to pull that back, they're going to be like, wait a minute, I was quite enjoying the free, beautiful energy. And now you're not going to give it to me for free anymore? I'm not okay with that, you know? So some people may step in and actually try to take it. Like, you know, by force if necessary is what I'm hearing. And you're just going to be called at this time to protect your energy. Now, on my other channel, Visionary Holistic Solutions, I do have whole videos on how to protect your energy, how energy transference occurs, you know, looking at each chakra, all of that. Go check out my other channel if you're interested in more about those things, okay? But let's read about what the arrow has to say here. Surround yourself with positive people and experiences and environments that make you feel safe. Call on your angels, guides, and ancestors to bring you protection. If you are in a situation where you feel that not everything is as clear as it seems, trust your intuition. There are energies in your current situation that aren't fully aligned with your intentions and goals, or with kindness. Follow your intuition about whom to trust and what to trust. If you can take time to retreat or to step out of this situation to assess what is going to be beneficial for you, do so. In any event, this is a time to call on the energy of protection and to place yourself in a space that feels safe. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So, I just heard, like, do what you need to do here. Your soul already knows the way forward and is already trying to forge that direction. But your physical self, your mind, your kind of like the overthinking situation may be preventing that in some way. And again, collective, general reading. We all are on different places on our journey. You will know specifically what that means to you. Allow your intuition to fill the gaps in. And also, if this message doesn't fit for you, that is okay. Don't force it. It's just not your message, and that's fine. I am bringing this message forth for someone who needs to hear this, and it does fit for them. Okay? So if you're like, nope, I have never doubted my self-worth, I am not surrounded by people who are constantly doubting my worth or trying to steal my energy where I need to protect myself, there's Kitty, then this message is not for you, okay? And that's fine, because guess what? There will be other messages out there for you. But I'm guessing that if you're still here and you're listening to this reading, this relates to you. All right, let's look at the next card. We have the Sage, and it says, be devoted and committed. Be willing to go the whole road and back again. This will allow you to be the best you that you can possibly be. Devotion is a powerful energy. Right now, angels and ancestors want to acknowledge how committed you are to your growth. Your continued dedication to this aspect of your life has been recognized, and your understanding that you are not only a body, but also a soul, is all you need to continue growing and expanding. The energy of oneness is offering itself to you now, and it's important that you take some time to integrate it all so that you can be supported and guided by it. This is what the divine wants for you. Make a note of experiences or teachers making themselves known to you at this time, because you are going to share those teachings one day too. I love that came up, because first of all, it goes along with the arrow and the, pull yourself away, pull yourself out of situations, be devoted and committed to your path and your teachings, and to pay attention to when a teacher shows up, because you're going to be teaching those things someday too. I actually just had an experience like this. So I had an experience where I went through doing my Reiki training, so that's energy healing. I got attuned to a level 1, then a level 2, then a level 3 master. And at the end of the level 3 master, the teacher was like, now you get to go out and be a teacher. And at that time, I was not ready to do that. I wanted to integrate fully all of what I had learned with my level 1, 2, and 3 teachings and attunements, and to go practice on others, to, feel into it a little bit more. And very recently, I was given the opportunity to have 2 students, not just 1 student, but 2 showed up right when the teacher was ready. And I initiated 2 students as a master Reiki practitioner. And it was such a beautiful experience. And so there's that saying out there that when the student is ready, the teacher appears. But it is equally true in the reverse, that when the teacher is ready, the students appear. And I kid you not, it just felt like the right moment. It was really funny to me because I had already made a curriculum for teaching a level 1 Reiki class, because people had expressed interest in the past. I'd had a couple of people be like, oh yeah, I'm interested. But then when it came time for me to be like, all right, I'm gonna make a class, are you ready? They would back out. So it was like, okay, well, I had to go through that process of making the curriculum and doing it so that I can teach it, even though it wasn't time yet. It was like Spirit was leading me towards doing that. And someday, very soon, it was almost like a difference of about 6 months, because it was about 6 months ago that I had made the curriculum. But at that time, even though people had said they were ready, when I told them, okay, it's time, let's make the class, they were like, no, we're not going to do that. I changed my mind, or whatever the reason was. And then this time, I had the 2 students that were like, we are ready. We're for sure going to be there. We're so excited. I was so excited. And we did the thing. And so, beautiful place to put that story. Sorry for getting off track with my personal story, but that's just how this relates to me in my situation. So you're going to find something like that in your life to happen, right? You're going to master something, whatever this skill or talent is, or ability, or anything. Maybe it's knowledge that you're learning. And now it's going to come the time whenever this arrives for you, and the timing will always be perfect. Trust in divine timing, that when you're done being the student, which we're never done being a student, but sometimes we're done being a student in one particular aspect, and then you become the sage, you become the teacher. So it's time for you to then teach someone else, whatever this is. All right, let's get over into our last card, and then we will jump into the tarot. We have Animal Guardian. So this is about trusting your instincts. Trust the powerful animal spirit within to learn more about yourself and talents. You have a powerful animal within that can be wild, protective, instinctive, and even calm. Animals don't second guess how they feel. They just express it. And you can learn from that. When this card arises, it's important to connect with how you really feel, how you want to feel, and what you really need. Take the time to connect with your animal energy and express it naturally. Let even the fiercest energy move through you before returning to your natural state. It will teach you a lot about your gifts and how you can grow. Love it. So again, we said earlier about trusting your intuition, trusting your instincts. This is just really confirming upon confirming all of what we talked about already. But also that there are multifacets to you and your personality, right? You can be calm. You can be protective. You can be wild and fierce. And all of those are parts of you. And so there's going to be a time where you're going to be called to do this or that or the other. And just to integrate all of that into your personality and to let it all shine, because they are all beautiful parts of you. And again, going back to the set your sights higher. Sorry. Again, throat chakra. Something's like blah, 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 blah. What I was talking about back there was, dimming yourself, not knowing your worth. Maybe there are certain aspects of yourself that you have suppressed because you were told it was too much. Or that's not ladylike. I've heard that, I can't tell you how many times in my life. I used to hate wearing dresses as a kid because I would just sit anyway. And they're like, your legs are open, don't sit like that. I'm like, I don't care. So whatever this is for you, okay? Because you've got something that you were told at some point about yourself that was inappropriate, that was too much, that was, I don't know. I mean, you're all gonna take this and put your own words here, these descriptive words of what people called you or said you were, and you've just sort of like planted it in your mind to believe it. And so what you're doing here is unplanting all of that because it's not your message and it's not your belief. So let's get into the tarot. Okay. So we have 3 major arcana. And then some cups. Thank you, kitty. She just made her little... It's so adorable. I love it. She's sitting like literally directly across from here, just watching. So know that. So we have Temperance, we have the Hierophant, and then we have the Devil card. Now, initially, when I pulled these were pulled in separate sections. So if we're going to separate them, this would be how they came across, right? So what I initially got with these 3 first was, again, we have the Teacher, we have traditions, we have value, we have balance, right? And then we have the King of Cups here. Could be masculine energy, doesn't have to be. But what I'm getting is that we're integrating those aspects of ourselves. Typically when we have the Queen of Cups out, that's like very feminine, intuitive, nurturing energy, and that tends to go hand in hand. But when we have a masculine energy that is tender, that is intuitive, that is nurturing, it seems like, wow, okay, those things don't necessarily go hand in hand. But here's the thing, you're integrating it to make it fit, to make it go hand in hand. And that's what I'm getting with these animal guardian aspects of ourselves, right? We're taking the parts that maybe in the past previously didn't seem to fit, and now saying, guess what? It does fit. I have been made to believe that maybe it doesn't fit, and I have shrunk myself. You know, again, with the setting your sights higher, I keep wanting to say that the wrong way. This right here is beautiful integration energy. It's like the lessons have been learned. You have found this beautiful balance within yourself, masculine, feminine. We even have light and dark. Okay? The teacher, the student, however you want to look at this. And then over here we have some sort of sadness, grief. But it's next to the Devil card, which really does tell me that there may be some sadness of loss of something, but the things that you're losing are those things that weren't meant to be a part of you. So again, the things that were said about you or to you. The things that were like, oh yeah, you'll never amount to much, or you could never do that as a job. It won't pay well. It won't support your family. You can never be a tender, nurturing, intuitive masculine. Like there's just all kinds of things coming out that, you know, again, with the masculines and the feeling, that's a very toxic masculine energy. It's just like one of those things that they're like, yeah, these things don't mix. It's like oil and water. You can't be this and this. There's just no way. You just can't. And that's just something that someone believed and put into your head. And you just were like, yeah, I'm going to go with that. That's who I am. You're right. I won't amount to much. I can't be a masculine and also be intuitive and feel my feelings. So the Devil energy is just about very toxic things that are in our life. And the fact that we have sadness next to it here, and I love that the cat in this picture, I'm going to show you this, is knocking over the cups full of water. Yeah, That's an a-hole cat, but I love it because that's what cats do. They're like, what's in this cup? Let me just knock it over. So just know, I'm also getting ego death with this, because ego deaths can come up in a very interesting way where you're just crying and you have no idea what you're crying about, but it feels like some part of you is lost. But it's like you need to grieve that part of you that's lost because it didn't serve you. And then once you're like, okay, that part's gone, and then you like feel like a new person when you wake up the next day. You're like, wow, yeah, I really didn't need whatever this was. I also look at the Devil card as toxic things, vices. I also look at it as our shadow elements. These are the parts of ourselves that we suppress, right? So again, going back to the animal guardian, we have all these parts of ourselves, right? The calm, the fierceness, the loyal, the protective. Maybe some part of you was suppressed because, again, you were told something about that version of you. And I'm getting like, again, with the fierceness, with women in particular. Now, again, we have the toxic masculinity energy here. You know, with women, it's like, okay, well, maybe you shouldn't fight people. That's pretty masculine of you. And it's like, well, I'm fierce and I'm protective and I'm doing it for me and my rights, and I'm doing it for the, you know, I was gonna say the little guy, which to me like that came out wrong, but not really. The people who can't fend for themselves, that's what that was meant to be stated as. So when you say the little guy, you think of like the Goliath, the giant, right? Versus the little guy, like the underdog. There it is. I don't know why my words were like whatever's coming out, there it is, you know. It's funny because I just saw a clip too from Evan Almighty, and it was the part where, you know, you have Steve Carell on TV as a newscaster and Jim Carrey's in the background like making him speak gibberish. That's literally what this felt like you know. So anyways, this is what we have for our tarot message from Intuitive Kitty Korner. These are the cards she picked. We dove deep into all of it. Beautiful message. It feels like we're giving something up, but it's honestly like this is what we needed to give up. Okay, so it's okay to be sad about whatever this is, especially if it's an ego death, because sadness does show up with that. But know that what comes afterwards is so much greater. And again, you were destined for more. Okay? It's just meant to be so much bigger than this. So we're going to keep going here and pull some additional cards. All right, Spirit, what else do we have to go with this message, please, for our collective? What else? What else do we have? Thank you. We have inflexible and change. You or the person involved are set in ways that are impeding growth. Be more open-minded and see the other person's point of view to expand your perspective in a healthy, oftentimes being too rigid makes the problem that causes imbalance and unrest. Flexibility is needed to create flow. I'm going to put that over on this side because that's what this devil energy is. So whatever it is that's keeping you stuck is what needs to change. And I feel like you're all going to know exactly what that is and what it needs to be. Okay? So let's get one more of these. What else do we have, please, to go with this message? Thank you. New beginnings and intention. New doors are opening and new opportunities are here. You are shifting into a higher frequency by honoring yourself and your accomplishments. It's time for a fresh start and a clean slate. You are being asked to bring your new self into this new chapter. That's definitely for this side. I love that. And then look, we have balance again with self-care at the bottom of the deck. So taking time to replenish your mind, body, and soul is a must. Enjoy this time to reconnect and make yourself a priority. Ask yourself, what is serving me and what is taking from me? Much can be revealed when you stop putting yourself at the bottom of the list. Wow, I'm putting that down. Underneath that, better boundaries and communication. I feel like we could go on and on and on, but we talked about this as well, especially with the throat chakra, right? So communicating better boundaries. So what is it that is your boundary? I know not all relationships even have boundaries because they've never been communicated. Maybe they're just implied. Like it's implied that you are not going to cheat on me in a relationship, but maybe you've never spoke it. You know what I mean? Like this is calling for you to physically speak boundaries into place, right? Instead of just hoping that other person knows what your boundaries are, it may be time to write them out and be like, listen, these are deal breakers for me. And it doesn't have to be in a relationship. It could be in friendships. It could be in jobs, right? Maybe a job is like, here's what we hired you for. These are your tasks. And then suddenly they're like piling more and more and more and more. And you're doing 4 people's jobs. And you're just like, this is all part of my job description and I'm not getting paid anymore. Like, I think I need more money or less tasks because you have just taken advantage of the situation. So that's what this is all about. Alrighty, we're gonna get into your closing Gothic Oracle for this reading. I was called to use this deck. I love this deck. It's beautiful. It's an Anne Stokes deck. Let's get one closing message, please. This one, thank you. We have Serpent's Spell. Wow. Okay. So we're going to read from the book on this. These are short messages. So this is the shadow self. How ironic that this comes up with the devil card and everything else that we just talked about. So Medusa slivers towards us. Her hair, a tangle of snakes, writhes and contorts above and around her. Her arms are outstretched, commanding respect from all who come near. In Greek mythology, the cursed Medusa was punished by Athena for betraying her. She was sent to a faraway island and transformed physically so that no man would ever desire her. However, this did not stop Medusa from beckoning people to look at her in her direction. One glance from her hypnotic eyes would turn whoever looked at her to stone. There are many things in life that we would prefer to not acknowledge or look at closely. This slivering serpent, banished to the recesses of our mind, represents those shadows within ourselves that we would prefer to stay hidden. It is important to remember that we all have a shadow self. It might manifest as jealousy, anger, laziness, or self-sabotaging beliefs that prevent you from attaining your dreams and having a healthier life. Since we can neither dismiss nor heal the dark serpent within us, it is advisable to get to know it. Facing your demons and accepting them can actually be a positive thing to do. Understanding why we become jealous or angry can uncover a path towards a more balanced way of living. I love that because we did get balance here several times as well. And again, our shadow elements. So again, being inflexible and not wanting to change is also a shadow element, right? Stubbornness. These are basically just the parts of us that we repress, whatever that means to you. You will all have your different shadow elements and you'll know what these are. So, collective, this has been your message. And there is so much more out there for you, and it's waiting for you to just step into it. So set boundaries, clearly communicate what those are, call your power back to you because it's yours. Nobody can ever take that from you. And know that when you are ready, either to be the student and your teacher will appear, or you are ready to be the teacher and your students will appear. So that is your closing message today for your 5th edition of Intuitive Kitty Korner. So the two of us just want to thank you so much for joining us. We truly, truly appreciate each and every one of you. And I do want to make an announcement. So during the month of November, I will start this on November 1st. I have just published a book on Amazon, and I am going to be offering a free book giveaway. So if you comment on any video that I produce on this channel in the entire month of November, you have the opportunity to win my book for free. So I will do more details about that as we get closer to November, but I just wanted to announce that because I'm so grateful for that. So thank you all again so much. I wish you all a lifetime of happiness, health, wealth, abundance, and so much love. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.